Okay, Miss Shanae, how to pick the right foundation for each and everyone's skin tones in 2 minutes. Go.
Go. Okay, the first thing we want to look at is, are you warm base or are you cool base? It is a trend at the moment to wear a warm base foundation, which is probably right. Back in the day, 10 years ago, we were all wearing beige and biscuits, which were too pink and too beige, which makes you look like your nana. So you'll have a pink line around your face, and I'm still seeing it today on Y-Gens. They're still choosing the wrong colour foundation. So my best trick is to roll the wrist over. I was taught this when I was in my very early teens on cosmetic counters. What you do is actually press with your thumb, if I can show the camera correctly. Robin actually gets a yellow dot. It's very hard to see on Robin, but she gets a warm dot when I do that. And if you have a look at me, I get a really pink ring.
Oh, you do?
See the pink ring?
Okay.
So everybody, that's my fastest way to have a look to see what base you are. So obviously Robin is a warm base with the gold dot that's coming up, and I'm a cool base with the pink ring that's coming up. So a very blue base person.
Okay, so then what colour do I pick?
Okay, so for you, anything warm tones are beautiful. Even like your top and your hair, you just look at you, you're screaming warm autumn tones. So we cannot put a pink base on you or anything with a biscuity beigey. You know how you go to the drugstore and it's very much biscuit or beige number 3. Stay away from anything that says beige, basically. Okay. So you want something that says natural, or, there's so many different colours, names these days. They're not traditional anymore. So you should be putting your foundation on so you cannot see it. So you should not actually see you've actually got foundation on.
Okay, so that's for me. What about for you?
Okay, for me, because I have pink on my face, this is me with a nude face, I want to correct first, correct or conceal. So all the cosmetic companies obviously make correctors and concealers, but you only really need to use it in your dark circles, more on any broken capillaries under the nose. Anything that you want to conceal is exactly right. So on the chin where I get red here, usually in this little dark spot in under here. So that's basically, and I like to use my ring finger, which is quick, or if you're professional, you will use a beautiful brush. So we're going to have a look at a couple of different types of foundation bases on Robin's and my skin today, because we're completely different. Okay, so first one I'd like to have a look at is the tinted moisturiser. So just pop it on when you're at the cosmetic counter, just pop it on your hand. Don't ever pick a foundation from your hand colour, because your hand colour has sun damage, which we don't like to admit, but it's true, compared to our face colour. And if you have a look at me, I'm so pink in the face and my hand has sun damage, so it's a little bit warmer. Mostly, everybody, if we're all looking at that, that's what happens. So we always test our foundation on our faces. Doesn't really matter where you test it. I like it on the cheek, on the forehead, on the chin, somewhere where you can see if it's going to also blend into your neck colour, which is always lighter because it doesn't get the sun under there. Yeah? Okay, so this is tinted moisturiser. I'll just put a little bit on the cheek. This actual colour is almond, but it is slightly light for Robin. So if you can see that there's a little bit of an ashness or a light, it's okay. Once it sets into the skin, that would be fine. But see how I can still see the skin and you can't see the foundation? And your skin looks hydrated and bouncy after that. So this is like a tinted moisturiser or tinted primer. And I'm going to show you, I know this is fun, we're going to do a little bit of war paint on each part of the face, just so you can see the difference, and you'll see it straight away. I would say the tinted moisturisers, I like to put them on people about 35 plus, because they sit beautifully, they hydrate the skin, and they don't show up our naughty character lines that we get as we age. Then we look at mineral powder. Anything that says it goes to a powder form, tends to can show up the wrinkles a little bit more. So we don't actually want to do too much of that. But if you have a mineral powder, liquid to powder foundation, you actually want to wear a primer underneath. All the cosmetic companies make primers now. So but it can actually show up a little bit of the texture. So for me, so far, the tinted moisturiser is winning. I've also got a super active liquid makeup, which is one of mine. It's been used in television for a million years. I'm just doing fingers. I'll change sides. We might have to face the camera there. If we can look that way. Beautiful. Okay, so we're just going to sneak this part mostly on the chin. This is a matte base, what they call a matte base. So it's going to dry matte for us, but it still has a slight dew once your natural oils come through. I like to use my fingers when we do this fun teaching, because if I start using all these brushes, I lose people because they just think, oh my God, what brushes? I don't have 20 brushes. I just want to show you how to do this really simply. Okay, so tinted moisturiser, see the sheen it's got? See how it's matte, but it's actual good coverage. Whereas this mineral powder foundation on Robin is not ideal because it's actually showing up. It's looking a little bit muddy, and it's actually showing up slight lines. Laugh lines, of course. Yay! Now I'm going to I have a high-end brand here, which they put on me for Channel 7 recently on the morning show, and it is divine. So see how it's a warm base? Can you have a look at that? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. So it's a liquid foundation. I wouldn't say it's dewy, it's just like this one on the cheek, but it's slightly warmer, a very high-end brand, so you're looking at $90+ for this foundation, and it's sitting beautifully on Robin, so it's not, it's covering enough, but it's not doing any of the naughty lines. You can see how it's not actually sitting in any of Robin's character lines there.
That's what we want.
So we're just looking at patches today, little bits and pieces. So my favourite for your barbecue makeup for the weekends would be this tinted primer or tinted moisturiser, because when you smile like that, it's just bouncing nicely, it's soft. It's covering enough, but not too much. This is too much. The powdery look actually enhances any of, the pores down here in line, so we don't want to do that. This side's actually nice. If I was going out or to a wedding, a special function, I'd be using something like this or this, definitely. So we've had a good look at what that does to Robin.
Yay!
Yay!